Hello. How's everyone doing? Yesterday I took a day off from doing lives because it was my birthday. And I love my birthday. And I I did a little work on something on a video for another channel, and I that's how I started off my day. And then after I was done with that, I was like, I don't really feel like doing anything else because it's my birthday and I just want to relax. So that's what I did. Um, so I so for the night before my birthday, we got Chinese food and that was really fun. I got like all my favorites that I used to have, like when I was younger, and I got Chinese food more regularly, and like things that I kind of stay away from, like just not only health wise, but also just like I'm not like into it anymore. So like I got sesame beef and crab rangoon and veggie lo mein. So I got all of those, and I didn't like usually I would make myself choose one or get like a half, but I got all of it, and like I still have so many leftovers. Then yesterday, like when I went downstairs, my mom was like, "Do you want to go somewhere?" And I was like, "I don't know," because it was nice out. Like the weather was a little bit like the temperature was a little bit better, but the it was so windy, and I was like, I think I just want to like chill. So I had my husband go, and he got some donuts, and that was fun. We got or we tried this one like mystery donut. He didn't know what was inside of it. It was like it had chocolate. Hello. It had chocolate like ganache on top, and that was really good. I'm good. How are you? And yeah, then I just like watched TV, and um I'm from New York. I watched TV, watched a lot of Daria and just like relaxed, but I mainly spent my time hello, spent my time doing like just some editing yesterday. So then I just didn't feel like coming back on to do a live. I thought maybe I would come on and eat some cake, but I was really full from the donuts, so I didn't. So the other day, I made a list of like all the things that I need to put in order for my craft room. And then since then, I have taken my highlighters and separated them into different categories. So I have like in green, I had things that I kind of need like at the ready. And like things that I might need on my desk, like pretty easily to get. And then with the blue, I did things that like I can keep together all together in one place, and then when I need it, take it out, and when I don't need it, put it away. So like things like my heat gun for embossing, like I'm not going to need my embossing any of my embossing stuff until I do um I don't know what that means, cooking maker. Uh, until I Yeah, so like all of my bookbinding, I'm only going to use the things that I use for bookbinding when I'm actually bookbinding. So those are some things that I put together. I put all my sewing things in yellow. So I'll need those relatively close to my sewing machine. And let's see. all of my paper stuff I put in pink. So like that was my biggest category by far. And I I do you have a TikTok account? No, I don't. Um, so I need to figure out how I'm going to organize all of those. Then let's see, like my canvases, my scoring board, and my paper cutters, like those are all like bigger, flatter things that I can store like upright. So I think I have a spot for that. And is that everything? And then purple are like the things that I kind of need in, um, like they're things that I use a lot. I don't need them at the ready, but I do use them a lot when I'm doing my crafting and I'm doing like my uh, journal pages and stuff. So that was something that I did yesterday. There are some things about my birthday. You can't read my notebook. I think it's backwards, actually. But yeah, is that backwards? But uh, the yeah, so some different emotions, like weird emotions that come up with my birthday. Like I said, I love my birthday. I like aging. I like having some attention on myself and planning for my birthday, but there's some attention that I don't like. Like sometimes there are some people that I don't like particularly like to talk to, and when I um when like any sort of holiday comes around, but especially my birthday, like I'm afraid that there's going to be some like they're going to use the that way to like that as an excuse to talk to me, and I'm just not in the like the mental place where I like want to take that in and have people put put that have that kind of pressure where people might be talking to me when I don't want them to. That's a big thing for me. I don't want people to talk to me when I don't want them to talk to me. But I do want people to talk to me when I want them to talk to me. But that's like the main thing. Like I'm afraid of like making like spaces and for myself and like making sure that nobody intrudes my spaces, even if it's just like a mental space. So like stuck to myself. I stayed like I stayed to myself, just like mainly just saw my husband yesterday. I saw my mom for a little bit, and that's it. And I texted some people, and but that was fine with me. That's all I wanted to do for yesterday, and maybe we'll go out and see some people, but that's not what I wanted to do at the time. I don't have any updates on my painting because I also didn't feel like painting yesterday. But I've been starting to make some more stencils because I've kind of fallen in love with the cassette tape. And so I'm making some stencils. And I thought if I make these stencils and keep them, then I can make more cassette tape paintings in the future using the stencil. And I think that would be fun. So I didn't plan too much to do today. Oh, thank you, Mr. UFO. It's in the early stages. I want to keep on working on that, but um, I I hit a snag because I was trying to paint this I took a picture of this cassette tape. I liked the angle that it was sitting at, but I had a lot of trouble recreating it. I'm not as much of a drawer, like a sketcher, so I'm not that good at foreshortening, so I'm just making some stencils to help me out. And the stencils are taking a little bit longer. Um, I made these little things out of clay. They're really easy. So the way I made the design was I made like a mermaid tail, and so the tail flips up almost at a 90-degree angle, and then there's that little divot. And then when you're painting and you have your paint brushes and they're wet and you don't want them to touch the um, table, you can just put them on like that. And sometimes they might like sit up like that, which might be what you want. So I've been using those. They're really easy to make out of clay. And I have this one that has some more scales, and this one I tried making the scales with like bigger iridescent glitter. This might be called like spangles. So I want to get back to painting today. I was thinking maybe the paint that I have was starting to dry up. So I should think about doing that. But I'll try to get my stencils done and do that. But maybe while my stencils are being made, um, I'll paint the around the parts around it. But yeah, I'm really liking how the colors are looking there. So thank you. Let's see. I thought about getting some like containers or like storage devices for my pens and everything. Fingernail polish for paint on metal. Yes, that will work. Nail polish works on a lot of different surfaces. It's a varnish, like you'll find a lot of places call it nail varnish, but it's the same thing. So it can go on plastics and metals and wood, and it works on a lot of places. Um, I haven't used nail polish lately in my art, but I have used it in the past. I definitely used to use it to like decorate my keys. So like maybe I'll have like three keys, and to differentiate them, I'll just paint one with a different nail polish on the head part of it, and then like that you'll know that's your house key, and then the pink one's your work key or whatever. Um, so I also have been putting out some more YouTube shorts. Uh, what do you guys think about YouTube shorts? So I want to do like easy ones, so I just like put them out. Like I put some shorts about like making a story circle, but that one didn't do very well. And then I did this morning, I put out a short of what's in my pencil case. Hello. Uh, and then you know that short that's like I don't do a lot of trends, but I think I'm interested in doing some trends. But I know a lot of them are like kind of like they don't appeal to me. Like dancing trends, I'm not going to do those. And like ones where you like react to things, I don't know if I'll do those as much, but maybe. And then there's that one that's like a song to get to know about me. And so I wrote down all the things that you need to draw for that. So I thought I would draw some of those. There's also a project that I thought I would do that is putting, this is not about shorts. This is completely random. Like just I'm just saying whatever is coming to my head. Um, where you get all of your paper scraps and then you separate them by like color or theme and then you paste them into a book. That way, whenever you're like, oh, I need a card that's black or a card that's like celestial. So like you go to your celestial page and then you rip out that page and then you put like a index card on the back and then you can have something an insert that you can put in your journal. So I think I do want to do that because I have some books that I want to like books take up a lot of space and when they're just sitting there it can be a little disheartening to have it take up all that space. But when they're being used for a project like that, and I have like my little paper scraps, I always am having them in like little piles, and I'm like, I'm going to use that later. And then eventually I get fed up with it and I just throw it out. So for for I think something that might be good for me to take is to take those scraps and just immediately get my glue stick and glue it into a page. And then that will be good for my paper scraps and it'll be good for my books. Or at least I can choose a book for it. And then, I take book pages out of books a lot. So I have books that I kind of need at the ready so I can have a book page to use to decorate, but I can put a lot of things in there. And then there's also like I have a lot of ephemera that is just loose papers that I could put into a book instead. And then I have like a place to flip through. If I need like a sea creature, I can flip to like a book of where my sea creatures are. I think that's a little bit better because I do have some sticker books and I found that having my stickers and sticker books, let's see if I have one easily accessible. No, but you flip through and you pick your sticker from the book. It keeps them more organized for me. So I think I need to think about doing something like that. And that'll be fun for me, but it'll be something that I can always like keep doing. Um, let's see. Let's see, tomorrow's the Super Bowl, so I'll probably talk about the Super Bowl tomorrow. Um, oh, yeah. So I was gonna talk a little bit about aging, just in general. So I don't mind aging at all. Like, I think it's helpful that, like, I don't have a ton of, like, wrinkles and, like, my skin still feels good and my hair still feels nice. Like, I do have some gray hairs, but it, like, the reason my hair feels bad is because I bleached it. um, I don't mind looking different, which is good. I think there's so much. There's like billions of dollars and many, many years of um, subconscious conditioning that I have to make me not want to look like I'm aging, right? And like not look like my age. And I think I had a little bit of like the opposite of that when I started working and I didn't look like my age because I looked too young to be a professional person. And I think that got to me a little bit more than like the actual aging did. And like if I looked a little older, I think I would have been fine. But like sometimes like you get up from the floor and like you hurt your knee and then your knees hurt for the rest of the day. And sometimes Like you're like, okay, I feel good today, and you go for a walk, and then you get home from your walk, and you're like exhausted, and you're just really, really tired for the rest of the day, and it like instead of like what it's supposed to do and like invigorating you for the rest of the day, you just feel really tired. But something about aging is that like I'm listening to like what I want, like I'm listening inside more than I'm listening outside, which is a lot to say because like I've never like I've always gone by the beat of my own drum. And like I based on like my peers, I was never like I was always listening to the inside more than I was listening to the outside. But now it's like even more. And especially in the last couple of years, especially since 2020, um, I've been listening internally more. And that would have never happened like when I was younger. So I think that kind of aging is really good. Um, yeah, I guess I guess something that people fear about aging is like getting like spending so much time doing something and going after certain goals and whatnot is um like it feel when you're like, oh, I just spent 8 years trying to get my degree, and like I got my degree and now I'm not happy, right? Like those sort of things. Like you have these ideas like, oh, now I just turned 39. Like if I had started something when I was 31, then like where would I be today? But like that's not what life is about. And I think the more you age, the more you think about that. Like life is more about living and not about, it's more about like being and existing than it is about like producing and like doing certain things and like hitting certain parts of life. So, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about today, I guess. Um, I don't have a project that I really feel like doing right now because I can do like I could start drawing something, or I could start like doing like another organization task, but I think I just don't feel like doing that. Hello, cutie Bella. How are you? Yeah, I don't. I, th- I think I might be wrapping it up today. Does anyone have any questions or comments that they want to say? Or any suggestions of a YouTube short that I should do? I'm just looking at my list of things that I made. Um, yeah, I think I'll call it a day for today, and I will be back tomorrow I'm gonna figure out something else to do for tomorrow, but that's all I felt like saying. You're not saying anything, Cutie Bella. So there's nothing to say please to. Or to say please about. Yeah, so I am going to let you guys go get on with your day, and I will figure out something to talk about tomorrow. Bye.